The untold story of a moment of life.
When I first met my husband, I thought I'd found my forever. But I quickly learned that our marriage wasn't just between the two of us. It included his mother, a woman who seemed to have her son on a string, and from day one, she made it clear I wasn't welcome. It was a constant battle with her creating stories, twisting words just to turn him against me. I remember one fight fueled by her lies where he got so angry he hurt me. Hard, the mark on my skin faded, but the one on my heart that stayed. Why did I stay? I looked at my two beautiful boys, and I knew I had to. They were my world, my reason for enduring. I thought my love for them, for our family, would be enough to weather any storm. But his mother wasn't just a storm. She was a hurricane, determined to tear us apart. Her disapproval was a constant shadow over our lives. I tried everything to win her over, to show her I was a good wife and mother, but nothing worked. It felt like I was invisible, my efforts completely dismissed. To her, I was just an obstacle, something standing in the way of the life she had planned for her son. I held on to the hope that my husband would eventually see what was happening, that he would stand up for me, for our family, for our sons. I told myself that a mother's love for her children had to be the strongest force in the world. And I would use that strength to protect them from the toxicity that surrounded us. I just didn't realize how far she was willing to go to break me. The next chapter of her plan was something I could have never imagined. One evening, she showed up at our small boarding house, but she wasn't alone. She had a young woman with her. She introduced her with a smug smile, saying this was the girl she had always wanted for her son. My heart dropped. This stranger, this girl, was her choice, her ideal daughter-in-law. And my mother-in-law had brought her here, to my home, to live with us. I was in shock. The girl acted so familiar, as if she belonged there, as if she and I were old friends. But I had never seen her before in my life. The most surreal, most painful part was that night. Our bed was small, just big enough for my husband, our youngest son, and me. But that night there were 4 of us. Me, my husband, my child, and her. This other woman sleeping in my bed right next to my husband. I can't even describe the feeling. It was a violation, a complete humiliation. I lay there, rigid, staring at the ceiling, tears streaming silently down my face, trying not to make a sound. I felt like a ghost in my own life. And my husband, he just allowed it. He went along with his mother's insane plan, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. He chose to appease his mother over protecting his wife's dignity. Months went by like this. Every single day was a new form of torment. I'd wake up and she'd be there. A constant reminder that in my own home, I was the outsider. I cooked, I cleaned, I cared for my children, all while this stranger shared our space, our life, our bed. I endured it for my boys. I kept telling myself, be strong for them. Don't let them see you break. But inside, I was shattering into a million pieces. How could the man who promised to love and protect me allow this to happen? It was a betrayal so deep it cut to the very core of my soul. Thankfully, there was one person who saw the madness for what it was, our landlady. She was a kind, no-nonsense woman who had watched this whole bizarre situation unfold. She couldn't stand by and watch it any longer. One day, she confronted my mother-in-law and my husband. She told them, point blank, that what they were doing was wrong and that she wouldn't have it under her roof. She kicked the other woman out. I felt a wave of relief so immense it almost brought me to my knees. A small piece of my sanity was handed back to me. I thought maybe this was the turning point. Maybe now my husband would wake up. Maybe his mother would finally back down. I was wrong. For her, this was just a minor setback. Getting rid of the other woman didn't stop the war. It just changed the battlefield. Her attacks became more vicious, more public. She stopped trying to break up my marriage from the inside and started trying to destroy my reputation from the outside. She began spreading the most vile, disgusting rumors you can imagine. She would go around the neighborhood talking to anyone who would listen, telling them that my sons weren't my husband's. She was trying to poison everyone against me, to paint me as an unfaithful woman, to cast doubt on the paternity of her own grandchildren. She was trying to strip away the one thing I had left, my identity as a mother. I could handle her belittling me. I could handle the insults, the silent treatments, even the other woman in my bed. But attacking my children, questioning their legitimacy, that was a line I never thought even she would cross, was pure evil. The pain was unbearable. These were her own flesh and blood, and she was using them as weapons to hurt me, without any regard for how these lies might affect them one day. The ultimate blow came on a day I will never forget. My own mother, my rock, the person who had always supported me, came to visit. My mother-in-law saw her opportunity. In front of neighbors, in the middle of the street, she cornered my mom, and she screamed it right in her face. She screamed that her grandsons were the children of other men. She shouted these venomous lies at the one person she knew it would hurt the most, besides me. Seeing the look on my mother's face, the shock, the pain, the humiliation, it broke me. That was the moment I understood. This wasn't just a controlling mother-in-law. This was a woman who would stop at nothing to destroy me, even if it meant destroying her own son and grandchildren in the process. My mother stood there, absorbing this poison meant for me, and in that instant I knew something had to change. I couldn't protect my children by staying in the fire anymore. The only way to save them, and to save myself, was to get out. That day, watching my own mother defend my honor against such cruelty, a switch flipped inside me. I had endured for my kids, but I finally realized that staying in that toxic environment wasn't protecting them. It was teaching them that this kind of behavior was acceptable. It was teaching them that it was okay for a man to disrespect his wife, for a grandmother to hurt her family, and I couldn't let my sons grow up believing that. I had to show them what strength really looks like. It wasn't an easy decision. Thought of leaving, of being a single mother, was terrifying. But the thought of staying was worse. I finally found the courage to pack our bags and walk away. It was the hardest and best decision of my life. The healing process has been long and difficult, but with every passing day, away from that negativity, feel myself getting stronger. My boys are happier, living in a peaceful home filled with love, not conflict. To anyone out there who might be in a similar situation, feeling trapped and hopeless, please know this: you are stronger than you think. Your children need a happy you more than they need a two-parent household filled with misery. Seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. There are people and organizations who can support you. You deserve to be treated with love and respect. Never let anyone, no matter who they are, dim your light or make you question your worth. Your journey to peace might be tough, but I promise you, it is worth it. Thank you so much for listening to my story. It means the world to me to be able to share it. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Let's continue to support each other. You are not alone.